But a lady came over and she asked them to put it in one of the last 10 to 15 items that they auctioned because she thought nobody wanted it. And nobody else was going to bid against her, and she was going to get it for $5. Well, guess what, honey? I wanted it too. Hello and welcome once again to M Cubed. I am Brian, the Motley Mix Merchant. Thank you very much for dropping by. If it's the first time you're here, I'm a Canadian eBay reseller who's been doing vintage thrifting and auction hunting in the last 6 or 7 months or so. Doing it mainly for fun and making a little bit of profit. Paid for a few golf rounds over the summertime, but now it's getting into the fourth quarter and hopefully going to be making a little bit more profit while doing this for a lot of fun at the same time. So thank you very much for dropping by. What I usually do here is go through what's sold the past week, then I go through some of my finds, and this week it is more of the auction lot from last week. But first, I want to start off with a little bit of an update from the last video. Even if you weren't here, here's what I had. I'll show you this. It is a beautiful jardinier, big, huge planter, 9 inches tall, 10 inches across the top. There's also a pedestal that goes with it. Matching colors, different design, but matching colors, pedestal that went with it. I got this last week at an auction with a whole bunch of other Roseville stuff. I mean, this is definitely Roseville style. The pedestal had Roseville right on the top of it, but it also had something else. And after doing some research, I found out that this and the pedestal are not from the actual Roseville Pottery Company. These are from another company in Roseville, Ohio, by the name of Robinson Ransbottom. RP is the short form that they put on their ceramics for markings. So I thought this was going to be worth $300 to $500 if it was an actual Roseville piece. It's not. I have it listed right now for $119 with the pedestal, with $70 for shipping, and I have told in the description that I'm going to rebate any overages on shipping, but I'm going to cover my butt big time on this because they are so heavy. This one's probably 10 pounds and the pedestal's probably 8 to 10 pounds, 2 boxes for sure, so probably $40 to $50 at least to ship these. But again, a lesson to me and a lesson for everybody to make sure you research your stuff. I thought at the auction that I had picked up an amazing piece. I paid $40 for this, US. So if I can get double my money back, I'll be very, very happy because even the smaller pots like this are only going for $20. But it's a large pot. The largest pot that I've seen online is this size. And with the pedestal and the matching colors and the pristine condition that they're in, I'm hoping to get anywhere from $80 to $100 when all is said and done and double my money. So lesson in research. Roseville, yes, not Roseville Company, but Robinson Ransbottom of Roseville, Ohio. So that's an update on one of the things I talked about in last week's video. So let's get into this week's video and what's sold on eBay. It was another pretty good week. Actually, it was a good weekend right after I spoke to you last week. Pretty good weekend, quiet for a few days, and then just sold something else the other day, and then something this morning while I was sleeping. So let's go with the most recent. The thing that sold this morning is this unfinished needlepoint. It's a scene of a sea captain in a rowboat, and it was from France. And it sold for $19.99 with free shipping. I'll be able to fold that up and put it into a padded envelope, and off it'll go for like $6 Canadian or something like that. But this is the second unfinished needlepoint that I've sold. I picked this up 4 months ago probably at one of my first auctions. Actually, I think it was the first auction I picked it up. 2 unfinished needlepoints, a finished one, and then a couple of big ones that are still on the scroll frames. So this is the second one I've sold for $19.99. I've more than paid for what I paid for these items back then. So it's good to get it out of the store and get a little money flow going through the PayPal account there. Up next, yet another pair of gym coach shorts. I sold a pair last week and I've sold a pair this week. The old vintage style blue polyester gym coach or softball or whatever you want to use it for shorts. That's off to Florida, and yeah, $21.99. I paid $5 for 35 pieces of athletic wear, baseball pants, gym shorts, some baseball jerseys. So I paid $5 Canadian, and it's already coming back in spades, and there's another one later on. Up next, beautiful Adderley teacup and saucer set. There's Lily of the Valley design pattern. Beautiful piece. Some of the multiple teacup and saucer sets that I picked up a couple of weeks ago at the auction. Again, all of the teacups, other than some of the major ones that you may see on the shelves behind me once in a while. I picked up some big ones for some really famous names for pretty good money, but the other ones, which this Adderley was part of, probably cost me $15 total. So I've already sold $45 total of teacups. So I like the teacups. They're doing well, getting a lot of views and watchers. So I'm just going to make sure I list all of the 30 plus pairs that I have, and we'll see where that goes. But yeah, the teacups are doing well. It's getting lots of action, lots of traction. Quick one here, Four Sopranos DVDs. I've had these DVDs in the box lot from the very first auction 4 months ago. $14.99 with free shipping, cost me $7 to ship. And don't forget, I can't ship media mail because I use a shipping company out of Canada. You have to go right into a post office in order to use USPS media mail. So it costs me a little bit more for shipping my media, but still made a couple of bucks profit. And again, money flow through the PayPal account on really, really old stock. This next piece was absolutely beautiful. It was an Austrian dresser tray, porcelain, MZ for my American viewers was the stamp on the back, and it was gorgeous. It was $14.99 it sold for, with $10 towards the shipping. My ceramics now, I'm definitely putting shipping on. I'm not doing free shipping for most of my ceramics because I just can't absorb the cost when I put so much padding in big boxes to cover up little things. But yeah, it was gorgeous and hand painted, had a little bit of wear, definitely antique. I think it was 1890 to 1905 was the year that this particular tray was made in my research. So beautiful, beautiful piece, and off it went. Next one, little cute little thing, and I showed this a few videos ago, the Serta sheep plush. Tiny little plush, but it was special because he was number one. So the number one Serta sheep, he sold for $15.99 with free shipping. I just put him in a poly mailer and off he went for probably $6. And yeah, it was. I got that for $1 at Value Village here in the area. So good little return on the Serta sheep. This next piece is part of a set that I broke up and split up so I could sell different pieces. A few weeks ago I sold the dinner plates. This past week I sold the Royal Doulton teapot. I got this entire set. It was 4 dinner plates, 6 mugs, 5 saucers, and the coffee / teapot, and then a creamer and sugar set. I split them all up. And I got all of that for $15 at the auction about a month ago now. So I've already sold, I believe the plates went for $20 a couple weeks ago, and this was $25 on a best offer. I had it at $32.99, I think, at the time. They offered $20. I countered with $25 because, you know what, I've already made my money back on it, and this is now just all profit. So I'm very, very happy to take $20 to $25 now per set of what's left. I've still got the creamer and the sugar left, and I've still got the mugs left, and I've still got the saucers left. So all profit now. And they paid for shipping, $13 towards the shipping US, and it did cost me about $16 Canadian to ship it. So perfect. Exactly what I had charged is exactly what I paid to ship it off to them. So that was good. Really nice sale. And finally, something else. The other item from the bag of sporting goods pants and outfits. It is a Rawlings men's baseball pants, and it sold for $15 on a best offer, free shipping. Again, I just folded it up and put it in a poly mailer, and off it went for about $7 Canadian. So, you know, I've sold 2 sets of the gym shorts at $20 each plus. This is $15, and I paid $5 for the lot, and there's still 30 plus pieces that I have to either I've listed most of the pants. There's still a few jerseys that I want to get listed, but it's, you know, I took a shot. It was at the box lots and nobody wanted it because it was just a bag of reclaimed sports wear from a closed out sporting goods store in the area. And I picked it up, and so far so good. 3 things have sold in the past couple of weeks, and I'm very, very happy. So again, another good week, 8 items sold. I'm ahead of schedule right now. Today is the 12th of October as I'm taping this. I've sold 14 items so far in October. So a little bit ahead of my 1 per day pace. I should hope so here as we head into October, November, and in early December. I'm going to definitely outpace one per day, hopefully, with fourth quarter sales. But yeah, it was a good week. And it's funny to see the numbers. September wasn't a great month. So when the numbers, the last 30 days compared to the previous 30 days, I'm just barely getting above the previous 30 days in dollar average and that kind of thing. So hopefully it'll continue to go on the upward trend, because September was not a very good month overall, but October is starting out fairly well, and I'm very happy. So hope you've had a good start to your October as well. By the way, I'm not going to apologize if you hear a very, very tiny baby crying. I became a step-grandfather 2 days ago, and the baby and his family live downstairs from us. So if you hear any tiny, tiny baby crying, it's not your ears. It is my new step-grandson downstairs. All right, so what's coming up? Lots of things from the auction. I've been going through the boxes, picking out the stuff that I want to sell. There's some smaller stuff that I got that I'm just going to either redonate somewhere or just hang on to it and have a huge yard sale in the spring. Because I live in Canada, yard sale season is over, and everything that I'm not going to be able to sell online, it's going to have to either sit in my storage area for about 6 to 8 months, or I'm going to redonate it back to one of the thrift stores. So we'll see how much the pile gets before I make my decision. So, but here's a few more things that I picked up at the auction last week. And again, I stuck mainly to ceramics and pottery and glassware and that kind of thing. So let's see where we're going to. So we're going to start with this. It's a tiny little hobnail vase, as you can see, yellow glass. But I thought it was interesting because I'll hold it this way. See, it's flat on the sides. Now you can actually see the points where whoever was doing the hand blowing of this, you can see where the glass was hot and they used their tool to push in. You can see the actual point where the tool was pushed in right in there. So on both sides it's been pushed in. But yeah, cute little hobnail vase. It's not clean, just to let you know if you see that. It's but you know what? I don't have much luck with hobnail and milk glass and that kind of stuff. So I'm probably going to only list this for $10 to $15 with about $7, $8 for shipping, because just to move it, I don't think it's worth super a lot of money. But I'll list it and hopefully get it through the store in short order here. Got this, absolutely beautiful. It is a Japanese vase. It is made Kyoto on the bottom. Kyoto is the brand, made in Japan. I do not think this is hand painted. And the reason I say that is because looking in my research online, there is a bigger one, a rounder one, with the exact, and I mean exact same design on the front. The butterflies in the exact same position. The flowers are the same color and in the same position. So I'm thinking this is transfer, and I mean, it's too perfect, really. It's definitely transfer, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Pink is the underlying color of it. And so, interesting story about this. At the last auction I went to, it was near the end of the auction, and there was a lady who, I'd been eyeing this right beside me while I was taking part in the auction for the entire 4 hours I was there. And I wasn't going to say anything because, I'd got my Roseville stuff and I was pretty much tapped out. So, but a lady came over and she asked them to put it in one of the last 10 to 15 items that they auctioned, because she thought nobody wanted it and nobody else was going to bid against her, and she was going to get it for $5. Well, guess what, honey? I wanted it too. And so I bid against her and I got this. I paid up a little bit for it because I wanted it, and I wanted to show her that it doesn't always work out when you're trying to get something late in an auction. Sometimes there's somebody still there that wants it as well. So I got that for, I think I paid up on that $10 Canadian, maybe 11, which is like $8 US. It'll probably list in the $25 to $30 range US. So, but yeah, I won't get as much as I could have if nobody else had been bidding against me. But it was funny to see. I mean, I've done it before, and I'm not saying anything against her, because I've done it before where I knew the place had emptied out pretty much and there was only about 10 people left that were bidding, and I asked them to put something up for bids that I pretty much was certain was going to be mine for my first bid. So nothing against her for trying it, but just sometimes there's other people there that still want the same thing you want. And so I got the vase there at the very, I think it was the second last, maybe third last item of the entire auction after about a 4-hour auction. So I thought that was a good snag. Anyhow, moving on. A couple of these. Clank, clank, sorry, a lot of glassware today. This, as you can see, let me get my hand away from that better. There we go. Hold that. Beautiful peach colored, shiny. It's not iridescent. It's not iridescent, but it is very, very shiny. Carnival glass. I think it's Carnival glass. But there's the creamer, there's the sugar, there's a covered dish with a very nice large covered dish. It's got lily motif on it. See if you can see that. Beautiful lilies. And then there's another covered dish that doesn't have the cover. So there's really 4 pieces that go to this set for $2 in a box lot. And I'm going to clean them up and list them as a grouping. I may throw the uncovered dish in just as an extra. I'll list the creamer, the sugar, and the covered dish as the set. And then if it sells or when it sells, I will just send the other dish as an extra because I'm not going to be able to sell that by itself, and it really doesn't add value to the set as it is. But I thought that was very nice. It's beautiful stuff. It's very, very shiny and very nice. Very nice piece. Let me get that out of the way over here so I can reach this one. This is a beautiful, again, clank clank because of the ceramic, Capodimonte ceramic flower bouquet. Beautiful on the top. There is 2 flea bites. Tiny, tiny, tiny little flea bites on a couple of the flowers. Nothing really major. Doesn't really take away from the design at all. You can't even see them if you're not really looking for them, which of course I am looking for them when I'm trying to sell them. But it's a covered dish. It's got a beautiful herringbone type motif on there. It does have pads on it, which is nice because somebody wanted to take care of it, obviously. As you can see on the bottom, Italy, hand painted. So that's why it is most likely, or I'm able to say that it is Capodimonte because it's not really a brand, it is a region of Italy. So that I would guess that this is from that region of Italy because of the style and because of the flowers and the ceramics and that kind of thing. So beautiful little covered dish. I have that listed right now on the store, I think for $25 US plus shipping. So, again, cost me $1 because it was in a box lot that cost me $3 total. And I think it might have been actually in the same box as the peach Carnival glass. So per item costing me $1 each. So very, 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 very happy if I can get $20 to $25 for that. So yeah, it's a lot of ceramics and a lot of glass in the last auction. So we'll see how things go here heading towards Christmas time. Finally, one more piece to tell you about. It's actually a couple pieces, but I'm only going to show you one. This is a beautiful hand-painted in Italy apothecary jar. And I'm going to take the lid off because it's loose. It's not a tight-fitting jar lid, and neither is the other one. So there's 2 of them. This one says Malva on the front. It is a herb. I want to say it's an herb. You can see over my shoulder here, right there on the top shelf of the bookshelf, is the other one. This one's 10 inches tall. The other one's 11 inches tall. They're both about 9 inches across. 9 inches? 6 inches? 8 inches? I think it was 8 inches. But hand-painted, similar styles. They both have this beautiful scroll on the outside. Colors are sort of the same, blues with greens. This one's got more yellows and greens, and that one's got some orange in it. But beautiful ceramic apothecary jars. As you can see, dipinto a mano means hand-painted in Italian, or painted by hand in Italian. So these are made in Italy, and beautiful condition, no chips or cracks at all. I got these for $3 a piece. They themselves were, each one was an individual item on the box lot sale table. So I won a bid at $3 and picked this and the other one and another box for $3 a piece. Right now, I have them on the eBay store as a pair for $179.99 US. These things are huge. They are hard to come by. They're beautiful. There is definitely age to them. But yeah, the big ones, they sell. And this is a huge one. The other one says Oxymel, O-X-I-M-E-L. Oxymel is what's on the front. Now, Oxymel is mostly in a liquid form from what I can see in my research. But it's got Oxymel on the ceramic jar. I mean, they're beautiful ceramic jars. And we'll see if there's interest. They're getting a lot of views already. I've only had them up in the store for about 3 days, and the views are getting up there already. So very interested to see if these are as valuable as I think they are. You know, you learn. I do my research, and you learn things as you go. Well, I think maybe a matching style. But if you look up apothecary jars, especially large Italian ones, these can go upwards of $140 to $160 a piece. So I've got them listed for $190 for the pair, with another $40 or something for shipping, which I will obviously refund the difference if it's way over cost. But you know, they were on the table and nobody was really interested in them. I took a shot, and we'll see if they go. I'll let you know when they sell, because they're beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. I'm going to hold that up once again. Let me hold that up really close to the camera so you can see the beautiful hand painting on that. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? And the other one is just as nice, if not nicer, actually, because it's bigger and has more ornate design on it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with those. It'll be interesting to see. But again, from the auction lot. And of the 8 items that sold this week, all but one was from the auctions. Last week, all of them were from the auctions. And just going to go off course a little bit here. We had a big discussion back in September, if you were part of the online community, when it came to thrifting, about promoted listings. I took everything off promoted listings, and then I started putting things back on, especially the bigger things, putting things back on the promoted listings. Well, it's been a really good last couple of weeks, 20 items in the past couple of weeks, including the end of September there. Not one of my items has been a promoted listing. Everything has been sold by regular listings in the search results. So I don't know if it's because I'm doing a good job with my pictures and my titles and descriptions, or if there is an issue with promoted listings just not being worth the money anymore. So I just throwing that out there, that of my last 25 items that I've sold, not a single one has been a promoted listing, and I'm up to 230 items in my store right now. Probably 50 to 75 of those are promoted right now, some of my larger items. So, you know, take it for what it is, but the promoted listings are not necessary right now for my sales. They may be necessary for your sales, but I'll still leave things on promoted listings, and maybe it gets a couple extra eyeballs on it because it's promoted, but we'll see. We shall see. But it's been a good start to October, and I hope you've had a good start to October as well. Tell me about your thrifting situation and your yard sale situation. Where do you live, and do yard sales go year-round in your area? As I mentioned, I'm here in Eastern Canada, and yard sale season's over. It's fall, and it is getting cold out. I mean, it's been a beautiful couple of weeks here, but it's that time of year. There's no more yard sales, no more garage sales. So what do you do for thrifting when there's no more garage sales or yard sales in your area? Or do the yard sales go year round? Leave your comments below in the comment section. Be happy to see what everybody does and where you're from. As for me, I've got more boxes to go through. I'm still going through the auction hall and picking out things and listing things, and I'm to the point now where I'm just, as I go, taking pictures and listing things, taking pictures, listing things. It's been a never-ending cycle of listing this week and organizing things and cleaning things and researching things. So still going through it, still going through the auction hall. And I think it's going to be at least another week before I even think about going out to do more thrifting. So I'll see what I find in the boxes in the coming week, and we'll update you in the next video as well. So anyhow, hope you've had a good week. Good luck with your mid-October thrifting and sales. And happy Thanksgiving to my Canadian viewers. It is our Thanksgiving long weekend right now. And I will see you very soon on another episode of M Cubed. Thanks for dropping by. Cheers.